With us, my guest and type of information he has to share with us today is breathtaking. I brought him for my own selfish reasons. In case you don't know me, my name is Dr. Ijaz Qureshi from Toronto, Canada. I have joined hands with the GSE Foundation, which is on the mission to empower 1 million global social entrepreneurs by providing them quality social entrepreneur education. This information and the interview will change your life forever. I'm going to take action on this information for my next few years. This kind of thing happens every 10 to 15 years in life. So please stay tuned with us. Our guest is Mr. Ali Raza. He is digital marketing expert. He's a specialist in digital marketing. He's a trainer. He's a consultant. He's a blogger. He is director at Adore, which is the official Google representative in Pakistan. Today, I welcome Mr. Ali Raza to our show.
Thank you, Jazz. Thank you for having me on your show. First of all, I would like to appreciate you for doing such a great cause to help entrepreneurs. These type of discussions is really gonna help those who are struggling to become successful or better say entrepreneur in their lives. So I hope we can have a productive session today.
Thank you. Thank you. So to start with, would you like to please share with us where were you, what happened, who inspired you, who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
The best inspiration is at my home, my father, who is also a business person, and I also have a family business. Let me here share with you that Adore is basically our cosmetic firm, and our Google partner firm is Arswebs, AARSWEBS. Arswebs is basically our Google partner firm,
I see.
and apart from inspiration, what made me was I started all the stuff when I was in school. So from there, when my father used to have a discussion with my brother about business things, I also used to sit with them, and somehow, God gave me a thought to why don't you do some stuff on your own basis? Because I do have a family business, so why don't you do something to get recognized? So I just started searching on the internet, and that's how my online journey was started.
That's great. That's awesome. So, Mr. Ali Raza, please, would you like to share with us what are your immediate plans to grow your business?
Uh, what I see over the digital marketing business, what I see in the future, I believe it's going to be the personal branding. That is the future. And from whatever, even you visit other digital entrepreneurs from Branding, Neil Patel, and other, they all are focusing on that. So my main strategy would be to do digital branding, and for that purpose I started a blog with the name of aliraza.co, because basically what I wanted to do with that is to have a personal branding, personal recognition. There's nothing better than when your name is a brand. So I opted for that strategy, and I'm going to see myself, you can't forecast for an year. For businesses to grow, to strategies to become success, you need to be patient, and you need to have a long term vision for that. And keeping in mind this, I believe it's going to be a massive success for me with the personal branding.
Great, great, awesome. That's great. So my next question to you, Mr. Ali Raza, is what are the three actionable steps that others can take as a cheat sheet to implement in their business or charity or any other organization?
What I believe is, what most of the people give up is because they are not consistent. You need to be consistent. I say that you need to be stubborn for success. By stubborn, I mean by hook or crook, you need to be consistent with whatever you are doing. When I started my blog, I was not a good writer. Let me tell you that even today, I do have some grammar errors with my article. But what made my blog successful today was being consistent with whatever I was doing. When you become consistent, you keep on learning on your mistakes, you improve on your skills, you check out your competitors what are they're doing. So eventually you get improved by just having the first thing is that you need to be consistent. Second thing, I believe an actionable step would be you need to be passionate about whatever you're doing. If you're not passionate about, you are going to leave it. If not today, then tomorrow, then or in any other day. But if you're passionate about something, you will do it at whatever cost it is. So my second tip or suggestion will be to you need to be passionate. First is consistent. Second is passionate. Third would be to, as a marketer, I feel the third strategy would be to have a strong overview on your competitors. You know, if they are successful in the market, they are for a reason. We need to search out why customers or why people like their product or service or whatever they are selling or whatever your niche is. So if you have a strong eye on your competitors and their strategies, you will have a very clear mind up on what market is missing or what you need to give to win customers.
That's great. So those are two. What is the third one? You mentioned
No, no,
consistency, passion. Was the second one?
uh, I, I mentioned consistency was the first one,
Yep.
being passionate was the second thing, and third one was to have a strong eye on your competitors.
Competition. Okay. Got it. All right. That's great. So now we talk about successes, and you have been a very successful person throughout your life. You have a very impressive record of successes. But when we talk about successes, we have to talk about failures. So, would you like to share with our viewers what is the single most failure in your professional life that you faced, and what were the lesson learned, and how did you recover from it?
Okay, so that's a very important question you have asked. Basically, you can't be successful if you haven't get failure. I believe the people who are successful are because of their failures. Success doesn't teach you much. What failure teach you? So this is something I really appreciate you for asking this question. Being a failure, even when I started my first when I started my hosting company, my two first companies were a massive failure for me. So the third one was a success, but it was a very way back in 2005. I'm talking about. So even in every step, I got failed, not at least a single time, not twice, thrice, or maybe more. But I'm not ashamed for that, because I still, whenever I get failed or when I'm about to be failed, I do remember the quotation of Thomas Edison. When he was failed for 9,900 times, the reporter asked him that if you like you can't make a bulb, you have tried for over more than 9,000 times, and so why you are still doing it? But you know what? He shortly after 10,000 times he made a bulb. So for me, I say that if I have to get over one thing, I need to be failed for at least 10,000 times too. So 10,000 times is a huge mark on for me. So failures are too much. It's not a one thing. In every phase of my life, I feel a lot of failures, and so. But what failures have taught me is you need to be. I say you need to be stubborn for success. The stubborn word I use, it's usually being used in a negative senses, but I need to mention here that you need to be stubborn for success. By stubborn, it means that you need to be consistent with whatever you're doing. You need to learn on your mistakes. If you become stubborn that you don't want to learn, or do you think that you don't want to have an overview of whatever you are doing and what you need to do to get success, it means that you are wrong at this time.
Right.
So my best strategy or my best failure taught me that I need to keep on learning new things to stay competitive, and I don't need to be shy of if I'm wrong. And yes, I need to be consistent.
That's great. That's awesome. So, viewers, you heard Mr. Ali Raza. he has the intention to really keep trying, even if it takes for him to try for 1,000 times. So
Yeah.
don't give up. That's a message. That's a hidden message in his thoughts, in his words that he just said. Don't give up. Never, never give up. Keep trying, and inshallah, you will get there where you want to be someday. So, Mr. Ali Raza, please tell us about your blogging. And you write lots and lots of blogs. So, tell us a few blogs that you're writing right now. I know you mentioned one before, but can you please tell us more about it?
Basically, I mainly write on my own personal blog, which is with the name of aliraza.co. It's ALIRAZA.co. That is my main blog. Apart from that, I do guest blogging, but that is just for networking purposes or to build some of my audience. But if someone asks me where do I blog primarily, that is on my own blog, and that is aliraza.co. And because I'm more focused towards personal branding, so I do like somehow to mainly blog on my personal blog. What I So the reason why I started the blog is because I wanted to share with the people of what I have learned in this industry over the years. So my blog is a main platform where I do share my key strategies, case studies. I made a Google AdWords case study. I made an SEO case study. I made a case study regarding Facebook ads. So for me, the blog is a place where I share what I have learned over the time. And then apart from this, I also share my monthly reports over there, just for the blog, monthly reports for the blog and yearly blog, so that new bloggers who want to join up, they can learn from how much traffic I'm getting, how I'm creating my blog every month, what factors I'm looking on. So my monthly blog gets massive traffic, and it is one of the core reason. I mean, I do my visitors become my regular readers was because I was continuously every month discussing with my visitors on what kind of traffic I'm getting, how many visitors I'm getting, what kind of pages they are visiting, and how I need to improve up with this. So blogging is eventually has become some thing very important in my life. When I started, I wasn't much serious about it, but right now, eventually with the time, it is one of my important assets.
Great, awesome. So, blogging viewers is a great thing. It's a great social thing to inspire others and to tell others what's happening in your life, in your professional life, and to get some traffic to your blog. And as Mr. Ali Raza said, he is promoting his own brand name, which is his name, Mr. Ali Raza. Excuse me, and his blog is aliraza.co. So please do visit and see what kind of traffic he's getting and what sort of post he has for your information. So, Mr. Ali Raza, please tell us what's happening in Google world in Pakistan. What's happening? What is new, or what are the targets to really strengthen the relationship between Google and Pakistan?
Basically, Google right now is working on having a very strong relationship with the brands. The team at Google Singapore, which basically deals Google Pakistan, Google Singapore and Google Malaysia, they both jointly deal the Google Pakistan. First of all, at Google, we have recently made few changes, such as an algorithm changes on search engine. It was to have a more giving more importance to humans. Previously, the algorithm was more focused towards rewards, but right now the major change in the past few months in Google has made the Google algorithm to is focused towards human visitors. Google tries to understand what kind of a product you search, what kind of a comparison you read. So we basically Google has improved on search results a lot. The second strategy at Google algorithm was the ad placement. Previously, the Google search engine were used in the sidebar, but right now they have used in the center. So that is another change at Google algorithm. Apart from this, Google in Pakistan is working more on having a strong relationship with big brands. Right now, they are focusing with big brands such as Jazz, Telenor. Zong, big companies. But Google has plans for this year to have some workshops in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad for training massive audience. Lastly, we had an event in Karachi last year, but it was for YouTubers because YouTube was previously banned in Pakistan and it was reinstated. So Google wanted to have some sort of attention with the people. So, but it was a very good event and it got a massive success. Right now, Google is planning to have an event based on Google AdWords, Google Small Businesses, and some sort of Google businesses. How the businesses can get benefit from Google. So they have three type of segments right now working for this year 2018.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Those are the great initiatives that Google is working on. Focus search and bringing search to the center instead of the sidebars and things like that. It's really great. They're focused on people's needs and their searching patterns and things like that. And as you said, they're
Yeah.
working with the big partners like Jazz and Telenor and other that you mentioned. It's a great achievement. Are they considering bringing any development of their back engines or things like that to Pakistan? Because Pakistan has great software developers. I know that. Is there any talks
Uh,
going on to bring some development to Pakistan, software development?
Right now, if I, to be really honest, they do not have such plans right now, but we are open for everything. If things get changed or we might have a policy change, we are open to anything. So this can happen in future, but right now it's out of the cards.
Good. Okay.
But we are open in the future.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. So, if someone is watching us right now, um, please tell them how they can support you.
Uh, for me, the support is basically if they can share my blog. That would be really support for me if they can share my blog with their audience. And even I do recommend first to have a visit on my blog to read the articles, and they share only if they like them. So that will be massive help for me, and I will really appreciate for them for that because I've been already the top digital marketing blogger from Pakistan, but right now I'm trying to be the top digital marketing blogger from Asia. So I need your help for this. So if they can do that, I will really appreciate them.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So we are coming to the end of our show. What would be your final message, final word to our audience?
Because in my life, what I have learned over the years and over my massive failures, there is one thing I wanted to tell everyone that read a quote somewhere, and let me share with you. If you want something, fight for it, no matter how hopeless it seems, even when you have lost the hope, because years from now you're gonna look back and wish you gave it one more shot, because the best things in life don't happen easily. So it's a time for you to show yourself. Rather, you just stop doing it, and after 5 or 10 years, you see someone become successful in your field, and you say to yourself that if I would have tried one more time, it would have happened. So why not you do it right now? This is your time. You need to be consistent. You need to be stubborn. So rather, if you go ahead from right now and watch yourself let's say after 10 years, and if you haven't done anything today and you will see someone becoming successful that day, you will have a revision on your memory and you will say that I would have done it if I would have done it if I would given one more try. So this is your time. Do it today.
That's great. That's great. Viewers, you heard Mr. Ali Raza. The three things he told you were consistency. You have to be consistent in what you're trying to do. So never give up. You have to have a passion. You want to do that. That's something really important for you to understand that until unless you have a passion for doing something, I mean, it's hard to get success. To get success, you have to be passionate, and you have to be competitive. You have to understand the competition who's there. You yourself, you have to be competitive. And he asked you to share his blog, and you visit his blog, aliraza.co. aliraza.co is his blog. So I really thank you very much, Mr. Ali Raza, for your time to inspire our youth. I really appreciate that, and hope our path will cross again at another JC Foundation interview. I wish you good luck and good sales.
Thank you. Likewise, I have best wishes for you too. Let me appreciate you again for having such kind of interviews and doing such thing for entrepreneurship. Best wishes.
Thank you so much for your time. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.